Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Just Fixing Stuff. On this episode here, I'm just going to show you how to add a refrigerant charge to your vehicle. Now this one happens to be a 2010 Dodge, or I should say Mercedes Sprinter. But it applies. There's other ones that we have another one that's a 2014 Sprinter, same thing. In this case, it actually uses R134, but it actually uses a replacement for it called R12. More or less, it's just a kind of like an alternative to this type of refrigerant, and it's I guess a more environmentally friendly option. But basically, you'll find where the discharge or the suction side line is, and also where the liquid line side is. Now, the liquid line side is not as important if you're just using one of these canisters that you get from any hardware store, like Canadian Tire or Home Depot or something. But the discharge, or the suction side, which is located kind of right where they're different for every vehicle, but if you look in your owner's manual, it should tell you where to find this. Or if you look up like a Haynes manual or something like that, it'll tell you where the specific location for each vehicle is. It's pretty straightforward stuff. It has right out of the box, a gauge with that type of refrigerant on it. It comes with a hose and a quick connect that you can just click right onto the suction side of the air conditioning system. And then from there, it has a screw-on valve connection that you can hook onto the bottle of refrigerant, and it is a needle style valve, so it actually, as you screw the valve closed, it'll puncture the head of that refrigerant can, and then once you have the vehicle running and the air conditioning system fully running full blast, you would open up the canister and just allow a bit of refrigerant to slowly but surely get sucked into the air conditioning system for this vehicle. Always just be conscious that these cans are pretty kind of like a blunt force object a little bit. They're not a fine-tuned instrument. They kind of just dump a lot of refrigerant all in at once. So just be aware of that you're not flooding the compressor or anything like that. For me, I typically will take a temperature of the air coming out of the vents prior to it, to adding any refrigerant. And this is just to get a good baseline so that I know how much the temperature has dropped since I've added it, and how much I'll need to add once I have determined the temperature that I would like to have. So typically on a standard system, you should have, like, on a hot day, it might be, 5 to 10 degree air. That's your typical goal for coming out of the vents. It can fluctuate based off what the temperature is outside, but it's generally speaking, if you can get 10 degree air coming out of your vents when it's a 30 degree day, as you can imagine, it's going to feel cold. So that's pretty straightforward. In this video here, I actually, once I'm all finished recording this, I'm probably going to add another 1 or 2 more cans, just for the sole fact that I did get it to drop in temperature, but not enough. It went I think it was about a 25-degree day out, and the air coming through there at first was about 24 degrees or so, 25 degrees. And then by the time I got it at the very end, it was about maybe 16-degree air coming out of there. So it was, as you can see here, so about 25 out. And then by the time I got everything all 100%, it turned out to be about maybe 17-degree air, give or take. And so it is, you will feel it. It will be cooler and it will be refreshing, but it's not ideal. So, but yeah, in any case, that is how you recharge a refrigerant system on a vehicle. And yeah, please like and subscribe the podcast, or please like and subscribe the YouTube video, and leave a comment in the comment section, and yeah, and also just visit the channel. So thanks for watching.